Hello, this is Melissa from Buckeye Girls Reason Things. This challenge is Blame It on the Gnome, and the host is Connie from Connie's Creations and Robin from Buys and DIYs. For a big surprise this time, I will not be doing floral design and I will not be making a wreath. I will be painting. I'm painting a 3-foot porch leaner and doing a gnome DIY. I hope you enjoy. Paintbrush, an inexpensive paintbrush, and I taped the metal part on the paintbrush with painter's tape. And then I'm going to use red paint, and I'm going to just base paint front and back. I'll do the front and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll come back and do the back. Just a little detail brush, dip it and roll it in the black paint. And I'm going to start by adding lines. Does anybody know what pattern I'm doing? If you can guess what pattern I'm doing right now, leave it in the comments. I bet you all know what pattern I'm doing now. Then I'll turn it over and do the back side, but I want to do the edges too. Don't forget to do your edges. And there's our buffalo plaid brush. I've taken off the painter's tape that was covering this part of the paintbrush. And you can use fabric or you can use ribbon. I'm going to kind of cheat and use ribbon, that way I don't have to worry about the edges because it's already wired and fine. So I'm going to start with adding some hot glue. I'll take it to the other side. And we will wrap it, making sure it's covered up. And this will be the Gnome's hat band. There's the hat and the hat band. And I'm going to just use one of these Dollar Tree pom-poms for the nose. And there is our Dollar Tree gnome. The red section. Which this will probably need 2 coats. Right now I'm painting down here at his feet. I base painted this board first white, which it'll help the red so it'll cover easier, and some of the other colors so it'll cover easier. And it's okay if I go back and end up covering this with a different color. And now I'm going to go up here at the hat and paint in the hat, base paint in the hat, because our hat's going to be red. And I drew on this the gnome. This is just the base paint. This will end up being, it'll be a porch leaner. I'm gonna probably put 3 of these together for on your porch, because we do a lot of porch decor for our craft shows, as well as wreaths, of course. And during the pandemic, I decided I wanted to learn how to paint, so I became a member of the Robin's Nest Painting for Profit. If you go on Facebook, Terry has a group and she's my painting coach. She's also now got a new YouTube channel. So if you go on her YouTube channel, you'll see her painting. And she also teaches painting on Facebook. I'm still learning. I've only been painting about a year. And this is just a base coat, so. We're just using a little flat brush. And we'll let that dry, and while that dries, I'm gonna start base painting his beard, and I'm gonna start with a gray. And I'm gonna use an old scruffy brush. This is just a stencil brush, old stencil brush from actually it's a Dollar Tree stencil brush. And what I do is I dip it in the paint and then wipe it off, and then I wipe it off here. And then I go in the direction of the beard. And this is going to be his mustache, and this will be his beard. And then I just go back onto the paper and pick up some more paint. Okay, then I'll go back and I'll add some accents to that. Add a little bit in gray, but then I'll add some white and some black accents too. Add a little bit of black on here. I'm going to just roll my brush. I don't know if you can see very well. I'm going to roll my brush in the paint, and then I'll come down and just give it some just little flowy accents. Oops. Add some shoes. His feet will get cold here in Ohio. So we'll make him a nice set of shoes. And it looks like one foot's bigger than the other. stripe and make him some pants. And I'm going to do some stripes on him. I could even go as far as to make those a little buffalo plaid. Up here, I'm going to start out by just making some stripes in his hat. He's got buffalo plaid pants. I don't think I want to go to the extreme that he has buffalo plaid hat too. But I'll do some black and white stripes. And I'm going to take my brush and just add some more texture to his beard. You take your brush strokes the way you think his beard would flow. Since this is his mustache would flow this way. And you can also add a little bit more black highlights. And then go back in and blend them out with the gray. Okay, I think he's about done. I may add a little white highlights later, and if I do, I'll be back, but this is our Gnome now. And I know some of you all like the little tiny things of white, things of paint, but I paint big, so I buy house paint. That's the kind of house paint I normally use when I paint. Because I paint big when I paint. I do a lot of 3 and 4 foot paintings. Then I'll just take this and brush it out. To blend those highlights in the beard. Okay, there's our Gnome. I may take a little bit of black and do some highlights just around the edge of the hat to give it a little highlight. And over here.